Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, October the 7th. Today in geometry, we started chapter 3 looking at parallel lines. I will share my screen here and show you some of the things that we looked at. The big thing, if you look in your textbook, page 171, there are some definitions of parallel lines, skew lines, and some angles that you need to make sure that you understand. So before you look at this, probably you should look at in your book at page 171 and 172 and get an idea of what these angles are. So now when we're looking at the angles, we're talking about two lines, and these lines do not have to be parallel right now. So I have a line going through here, and I have a second line going like this. And then I would have a third line, which is what is called a transversal, which comes right down through something like this. Now, if we look at the angles that are created here, there are 8 of them. Angle 1 here, this would be angle 2, this would be angle 3, this would be angle 4, and then down here at the bottom we have 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, if you look at these, the two lines we have here, let's call this line L and this line M. The area between the two lines here, which includes angles 3, 4, 5, and 6, is the interior. So if I come over here, and we can talk about interior angles. Those are angles, so we can do our less than sign. So angles 5, angle 6, angles 3, and angles 4, because those are in the interior region between the two lines, okay? Now, the outside region out here, 1, 2, 8, and 7, are what we would call exterior angles. So we'll talk about them. So these would be exterior angles, and that would be angles 1, angles 2, angles 7, and angles 8. Now, those are the basic classifications. Now, we have several other classifications. The first one would be alternate interior angles. So we're going to do alternate interior angles, and which will find the alternate interior. First off, they have to be interior. So they would have to be one of these 5, 6, 3, or 4. When we say alternate, that means they're on the opposite side of the transversal here. So alternate interior angles would be angle 4 and angle 6 would be one pair. And then the other pair of alternate interior angles would be angle 3 and angle 5. Now, the next type that we have is what is called consecutive interior angles. And these are on the same side. Once again, they've got to be interior, so that means they have to be 1 of 3, 4, 5, or 6. But now they're on the same side. Some books will call these same side interior angles. So we'd have angle 4 and angle 5 would be one pair of consecutive interior angles, and then angle 3 and angle 6 would be another pair of same side interior angles. I'll get rid of this spelling here. So, and then another group we have, the final group here is what's called the alternate exterior angles. So if you look, now, so these have to be exterior angles, so that means they would have to be 1, 2, or 7, or 8. And once again, alternate means they're on the opposite side of the transversal, which is here. So we would have angle 1 and angle 7, and then angle 2 and angle 8. So angle 1 and angle 7 would be one set of alternate exterior, and then angle 2 and angle 8 would be the other set. Now, the final type of angle that we looked at in this section is what is called corresponding angles. Now, corresponding angles, if you look at each one of these, I come up here, if you look at each one of these intersections, like if you look at those 4, and you come down here and look at these 4, in each case, say you would have an upper right here, and you would have an upper right here, or you would have a lower right here, and you'd have a lower right here. So when we're talking about corresponding angles, we're talking about angles that are in the same, what I call the same quadrant here. Upper right, upper left would be 1 and 5. Lower left would be 4 and 8, and then lower right would be 3 and 7. So the corresponding angles here are, we go back to our text mode here. So we have angle 2 and angle 6, angle 3 and angle 7, angle 1 and angle 5, and finally angle 4 and angle 8. So these are the types of angles. Now, if you look at your homework assignment for tonight, you have problems 21 through 36. And what you are doing, what this is asking you to do, is to classify angles into one of these categories. Basically, your alternate interior, consecutive interior, alternate exterior, or corresponding. So I'll stop here. As I say, in all cases, if you have questions, send me an email, and I will get back to you and help you kind of get over your problem areas. So I will see you tomorrow.